All right, Saagar, what are you looking at?
Well, the story of American internal migration patterns after World War II has actually been pretty basic. We used to be a rural country, especially before the Great Depression. Industrialization, the loss of family farming, the call to arms for World War II, the development of full-blown market economy pushed us away from all of that. Americans moved only two directions, towards the rural areas, and they fulfilled the dreams of our forefathers by going west. Concentration was everything. Black Americans were haunted by the legacy of Jim Crow and the promise of industrialization up north, moved in great numbers from 1910 to 1970. It was actually called the Great Migration at the time. It remains one of the most significant internal migration patterns in American history. After that, though, the trends basically normalized. White and black Americans were concentrated around cities, be it in the Northeast, the Midwest, or the West. The city was the nexus of capital, of offices, and of leisure activity. Internal migration patterns suggested Americans were moving towards cities to either live within them or live near them in a suburb or an exurb. The trend almost never reversed and was bolstered by the housing boom floated by cheap credit up until 2008. Even with the wipeout of American household wealth in 2008, the trend didn't really reverse. And if anything, before the pandemic, city life remained a major attraction for dynamism, job opportunity, and quality of life for the upwardly mobile. But then the pandemic struck. Something absolutely crazy happened. People said, you know what? I think I'm going to buck nearly a century of American internal migration history and move the other way. The Census Bureau is out with some stunning new data, highlighting 2 straight years of massive change in American migration trends. In 2019, before the pandemic, smaller counties with fewer than 30,000 people actually lost population. However, during the peak of the pandemic between 2020 and 2021, it flipped entirely. The least populous counties actually gained people for the first time in a long time. While this trend slowed, the life into rural areas is still going up today, with internal migration flows going positive. Even more interesting, the largest counties with populations of 1 million or more were losing people through domestic migration before the pandemic at a slow rate, but the outflow exploded post-pandemic. This is the major story that so many people are missing right now. The South is booming in a reversal of nearly 100 years of history. Take a look at the map in front of you. The burnt orange areas of the map are those which saw the highest levels of domestic migration in the last year. What emerges is not just Texas and Florida, which are certainly doing well, but a huge concentration in the suburban American South. Zoom out of the South and you also see a major outflow from California all across Idaho, Arizona, Colorado, and even Midwestern concentration, places like Arkansas and Missouri. Take states out of it, though, and you look at it in terms of urban, suburban, and exurban. It's even more interesting. Across the entire country, people are leaving the urban core for the suburbs. Even in Florida, which is doing very well, Miami-Dade County is actually losing residents who are moving to more affordable parts of the state. Look at Texas, same story. People left the urban core of Houston and of Dallas for the suburban areas, and the Northeast trends actually are exactly the same. People are abandoning in droves New York City, Washington, D.C., Boston, not just to move to other states, but to move to other areas nearby. Chicago, Denver, Seattle, Portland, same case. Nationwide trend, it's accelerating year after year, and it shows no signs of stopping. It will change the face of America and of our culture as we know it. Our pop culture and news still exists in a 1980s mindset, where New York City, Boston, Washington, D.C., Los Angeles, and San Francisco rule the world. And for a long time, they were the engines of economic growth, of power, and the tastes of upper middle class professionals. Still, they reflect that. But compare it, though, to today, places where actual Americans are moving. It couldn't be more different. The top 10 metro areas which gained population 2020 to 2022 are as follows: Dallas, Texas; Houston, Texas; Phoenix, Arizona; Austin, Texas; Atlanta, Georgia; Tampa, Florida; Charlotte, North Carolina; San Antonio, Texas; Orlando, Florida; and Raleigh, North Carolina. You notice a trend there? We are becoming more and more spread out as a country and actually less geographically concentrated. The availability of high-speed internet across the United States a few years ago from now, with technology like Starlink, will only further change everything. The once forgotten places of America, which haven't seen population growth since the mid-1830s, will significantly change in their ability to attract residents. Just think how many massive changes that's going to bring. Georgia already is no longer a red state, it's purple. Texas, too, seems to be moving in the purple-ish direction. Population growth in Arizona and outflows from the Midwest are changing the makeups of political parties. They are changing the way our literal economy functions. The ground is shifting beneath our feet. Now, you can try to fight it, but I don't really think you can. We're in it now, and we should embrace it. My major hope and takeaway is this. The center of gravity of culture is just being uprooted. Right now, it's upwardly mobile people who are moving with their feet. But what we really need to do is to make this available to everyone. Choosing a new place to live, if you want to, is the ultimate expression of the American character. And claiming the bounty of beautiful land that we've been blessed with, shaking up the established institutions to create a new order, that's what the benefit is. The added also, though, is that new order with the existing centers of pop culture and power will significantly diminish. And like in the older Great Migrations, you get to claim a new destiny. I think it's fascinating looking at people.
Hey guys, ready or not, 2024 is fully upon us now, and Saagar and I have been brainstorming ways that we can really up our game for this critical election.
Yeah, we rely on our premium subs to expand our coverage, to add staff, to upgrade the studio. We just want to give you the best independent coverage of this election, which is possible. So if you can help us out, become a premium subscriber today, breakingpoints.com, or the link is down here in the description video. It really means the world to us, and if you like what we're all about, this is the best possible way to keep us 100% independent, working only for you.